Hello, I'm Waffle Soup, and this is a showcase of the Timespinner Speedrun, specifically the New Game Plus Glitchless version. I've been speedrunning this for a couple of years now, and I wanted to show it off. So we're going to start a new save file on Nightmare Mode, level 255 cap. We have a special save file that has everything absolutely maxed out. So we're going to fly through this game and we're going to one-shot absolutely everything. We start with the Talaria attachment, the horizontal dash, which allows us to go very fast and also means we don't have to use the risky dashing, which is a very precise movement tech that is used in the non-New Game Plus versions of the speedrun. We also start with light wall, so we have extra vertical movement that we normally wouldn't have, which allows us to do sequence breaks. So we're going to go pick up the security keycard B. We're just going to skip the D and C keycards that we're supposed to pick up before, because that will open B doors and everything below it. We're going to go up here, and we are going to get these Timespinner wheel. The main cool thing that this game does is it allows us to stop time. Enemies stop moving and we can go across certain platforms. And yeah, it just gives us some additional movement options as well. But as you can see, we are having no issue dealing with enemies, and even the bosses here are just going to be all wiped out in a single hit. So this speedrun's really fun because it's just 20 minutes of good movement tech, and then like one trick at the end that if you mess up, you start the whole run over. We're gonna go through the sewers here, into the library, and right past that as well. We don't need any of the items here. We have everything we need in terms of items from the shop or the chests. You might notice I'm like jumping around a bit, especially near entrances and exits. Luneus, the main character, goes slightly slower on slopes and stairs, so it saves a very tiny amount of time if you jump over all of the stairs in the game. So it's just a little bit of speed tech that is just fun to route in as you're zipping through. Alright, I messed that up. I was supposed to time stop before that chest was finished opening, but we have the elevator keycard, which lets us use the elevator. We're going to go all the way down here, go in this room so that we can warp back here later, then go back and wait for the elevator and take it all the way up and fight our next boss. we have the Timespinner spindle. We will need that and the wheel to get to the past. And eventually we will need the 3 Timespinner gears to get the true ending of the game. But those will be much later in the run. Thanks to the Scythe Ring, even if you don't jump out of the way of certain enemies, they'll still get one shot. So you can be a little messy, which is quite nice. But yeah, we're going to travel to the past. Lunaeus was at the top of the tower when she time traveled, so there's no tower there in the past. And she takes a small little tumble here. We're going to pick up another warp gate room there. We'll need that later. And we're just going to jam through a couple cutscenes here. All right. So now that we're in the past, we're going to go all the way to the left and pick up the pyramid keys. Those are our fast travel item. They're going to help us get it around much faster. And then we're going to go kill the 3 bosses that we need to kill in the past to get to the later sections of the present, back where we were. It's a game about time travel, so of course there's going to be shenanigans and traveling between different times. It's very rewarding and satisfying to just one-shot everything that gets in your way. Usually. I try not to count on the Scythe Ring too much, but... Alright. So, we have the twin pyramid keys. Cutscene automatically warps us to the present, but we need to go back to the past. And go back to this warp gate that we picked up. You briefly saw the succubus and incubus there. We're going to go pay them a visit. They invited us into the castle. So... let's go say hi to them. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Timespinner, it is an indie Metroidvania released in 2016, mainly made by one developer, backed by Kickstarter. And a couple of years later, had a randomizer built, which got me back into the game. And it's really good, very fun, and if you're at all interested in it, I would highly recommend it. The community is lovely and very welcoming to new folks as well, in terms of both the base game and the randomizer. We're going to use a little bit of time stop here again to just jump on an enemy's head to get up to the next section. And here's the succubus and incubus, as mentioned. Oh, they're gone. And they're going to give us the Succubus Hairpin, which is the double jump. It wouldn't be a Metroidvania without a double jump. So that's going to be all of the movement tech that we need now, because we started with the Polaria Attachment Dash and Light Wall. We're now good. We can beat the game based on this movement tech. We just need to kill some bosses and get one more key card. Surprisingly tight little jump there. You want to jump at the top of that stair. If you mess it up, you can use Light Wall to recover, but it is a little bit harder than it looks. When I said we had all the movement tech we would need, I was lying. I forgot. We still need one more piece. But yeah, that's Princess Elana. She's thoroughly dealt with. And now we need to go defeat one more boss to get past the laser gate, which is the Maw. But they are underwater, so we need to go pick up the water mask that lets us move through water, of course. So we're going to use the elevator key card. Go down here. That was us using that warp gate we picked up earlier off the elevator. And we're going to take advantage of that one more time as well. One of my favorite rooms. So jump over all of the slimes. There's the water mask, and it gave us a warp shard as well, so just instantly selected the warp shard in our inventory to quickly get out of there. So that's rather convenient contents of those two chests. You are a little bit slower underwater, so that's why I hugged the surface there to get a little bit of air and pick up a little bit extra speed. Alright. I don't trust those mushrooms. With the Scythe Ring, the first couple seem to always get hit, but the last two sometimes don't, so I'm just gonna one-shot them with our plasma orbs instead. One part here, we're going to stop time and just jump over the giant snail. And do it again. Alright, so this is the last boss that we need to beat in the past, called the Maw. Like all the other bosses, going to be very quick. Did I miss a split? I did. Oh, okay. Well, timing doesn't matter. But there was a laser gate here, stopping us from moving, but now that we've beaten those 3 bosses, it's gone. Climb up these bombs, run through the military hangar. I'm never sure the correct way to do that room. I always just kind of wing that one. Usually it works. My least favorite little time save tricks here. We're gonna use our light wall here. Okay. Don't need to pick that up. We already have the eye orb. We don't want to trigger the little cutscene and lose like half a second to it. Alright, so power shut off in the lab. All those little Experiment 11 monsters have broken out of their containment. They're after us. We're just gonna jump right over them. And fight our next boss, which is Genza. Again, very quickly dealt with. We get the last key card, security keycard A, which lets us open all of the doors. And now we're gonna go pick up the 3 Timespinner gears I mentioned much earlier that lets us get to the final zone of the game. So we're going to go through 2 areas known as Spider Heck, because there's a lot of spiders with laser beams blocking our way. Oops. Wrong loadout. One of them. Go back to this warp once again. Pick up gear 2. And the last one is not guarded by spiders, it's guarded by another boss known as Zarian. So, we're gonna go past the skeleton that we got the keycard from and go visit Zarian. Nice shot by Kobo there. Normally, Kobo the Familiar is the worst of them. He is known to be a little inaccurate and misses sometimes. I just accidentally selected him before I started this run, as I was messing around with other settings. So, this gets to be a Kobo appreciations stream. So. More jumping over giant snails. You'll notice these rooms look kind of familiar to rooms we've already done before. Similar layouts and similar enemies. Just ones in the present are usually a little bit stronger in this area, so. And here's Zarian. I used the wrong weapon. But there's gear 3. We have everything we need to go break time and go fight a god. We're gonna go fight the space dictator and go kill a god. We have destroyed time, and as we're running through this final area, the ancient pyramid, we will be doing the one trick I mentioned earlier on 20 minutes of tight movement. One trick, if you mess it up, you start the run over, known as light wall skip. We're going to fall into a giant pit that would normally expect us to either climb up the entire thing with light wall or get the infinite vertical dash at the base of it. But we're going to use light wall and double jump together as a neat little piece of movement to avoid either of those. Like I said, stairs are slow. We're going to try and avoid them as much as we can. Ooh, we get the rare spawn of Rishia. All right. And that's light wall skip. Fun little thing to learn. Also really helpful in the randomizer too. So, that's been a fun part of doing this speedrun, is it's also made me better at the randomizer too, so. All right, let's kill God and kill the nightmare that is left behind. And that's it. This is Timespinner, New Game Plus, Glitchless, and it's a lot of fun. And I think more people should play Timespinner. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for checking this out, and I hope you have a good day.